Cole Beasley made the jump from the Dallas Cowboys to the Buffalo Bills in free agency, and we kind of saw it coming based upon things he said before he became a free agent. Now that he's a member of the Buffalo Bills, he is saying more about his concerns about the Dallas Cowboys offense. Here's one via The Athletic. I felt like it was easy for me to be taken away in the Dallas offense. Really, in that attack, all you had to do was bracket me because I went beyond 5 yards rarely. And when I did, it was from the same formation. I was in the same spot all the time. Yeesh. Yeah, that feeds into, Chris, a criticism you've had of the Jason Garrett offense for a long time. It's too basic. It's too predictable. It's too easy to figure out what they're doing. It's too easy to come up with ways to defend against it because there's no imagination. There's no creativity. There's no variety. Everyone's in the same spot all the time. That was why Dez Bryant had such a hard time finding a new team last year. All he's ever done is play X receiver in the same offense for 10 years.
Right. No creative formation use. No motions, shifts. Dallas are one of those teams, when they break the huddle, they line up. They don't do anything to help the quarterback as far as, motioning, changing formations a little bit to get, clues as far as what the defense is doing. That's what the great offenses do. And then once they are lined up, they've been limited in the plays that they run. And this is one of my concerns with the Dallas Cowboys. This is one of the only things holding them back. There has to be more on the offensive side of the ball. It's one of the reasons I got such great respect for Dak Prescott. He gets very few easy completions, let alone they rely on the run game. And people sometimes think that's easier to play quarterback that way. And I've been trying to say the last few weeks, sometimes it's harder playing quarterback that way. But Cole Beasley now up in Buffalo with Brian Daboll, who comes from New England, where we know Edelman, Amendola, Wes Welker, Chris Hogan. He's going to be, a pig in crap now. He's going to be in the perfect offense. I almost said it. I didn't say it. He's going to be very happy about the plays that come his way and all the different designs they have for him.
Here's what Beasley said about the Buffalo offense. In this offense, we move around. It's going to be harder to key on one guy here. It's a lot better than where I was before. I'll get to run routes from spots I've never gotten to run routes from. It's going to be sweet. I'm excited about it. And, back to that Dallas offense, talking about the absence of movement and shifts, I think back to the 70s when Tom Landry was the coach, and they would do that thing where the offensive linemen would stand up before they go into the three-point stance. They were always into those little things that would get people thinking, and just a little style here or there. It really is basic meat and potatoes for Jason Garrett. Maybe different this year with a new offensive coordinator in Kellen Moore. He's never been an offensive coordinator before. He's only been an assistant coach for this is his second year.
Yeah.
But that's the challenge as Jason Garrett tries to get his next contract. Can they do enough with that offense to make Jerry Jones, the owner of the team, conclude that Jason Garrett should stick around for another 4 or 5 years after this one?
Yeah, that'll be the big question. And Mike, when we talk about all this, they don't need to do a lot. They don't need to reinvent the wheel, because they are extremely talented. And more times than not, they can physically win the battle up front and just impose their physical will with bigger, stronger, better people. But there's going to be those handful of games where they're not going to be able to do that, a la the divisional playoff game, right? And you'd like to go and say, okay, in those situations, we got enough creativity on the offensive side of the ball, different formations, different cheap ways to get Amari Cooper and other receivers the ball that, okay, we don't always have to rely on Ezekiel Elliott and Zach Martin dominating the football game that way. Puts a lot of pressure on the franchise to play that way week in and week out. If they could just bring a little bit more to the passing game with this talent they have on their team already, Dallas they're one of the most talented teams in football. They could be up there for a number 1 seed and number 2 seed in the NFC playoff conversation.
One of the comments Cole Beasley made back before he became a free agent, honestly, the front office pushes who they want to get the ball to. I haven't been a huge priority in that regard. Maybe that will change, but I'm not sure. More balls come my way in the 2-minute drill where nothing is planned. So, look, the Cowboys deny that. Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, we don't push who gets the ball. Now, I remember when Terrell Owens was in Dallas, he claimed that Tony Romo and Jason Witten used to get together and come up with ways to get the ball more to Witten. And look, anytime the priority is anything other than throw the ball to the open receiver, I'm concerned. And Beasley's been there, so he may be wrong. His viewpoint may be skewed, but that's what he believed. And once he made that tweet on January the 22nd, it's like, this guy's not going to be back.
Right.
He's not going to be back, and he's not going to be back. He's going to be with the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, no, he's not going to be back. You're right, and that certainly helped. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Right, that was one of those kind of comments there. But with Beasley, this is what I want to say. I don't believe that as far as what he's trying to accuse the Cowboys. I don't think Jerry Jones or the Jones family is going, hey, don't throw the ball to Cole Beasley. Get all the plays for Amari Cooper. No, the offense is set up for the guys on the outside like Amari Cooper and whoever to get the ball anyways. Two, there's not enough plays for the slot receivers like in New England or the New Orleans Saints have to get those kind of guys the ball. And then I go three, Dallas also goes, okay, well, we're not a pass it 40 times a game. We got Amari Cooper. We traded for him. So they went out of their way to get him the ball at times. So I think it was just more of the culture, the climate of the team, the offense. I don't know. I really don't believe that the owners were calling down saying get everybody else the ball other than Cole Beasley.
Well, the thing is, one of the perks of being a billionaire who owns a football team, sometimes you don't have to be.
Well, you're right.
Direct,
sometimes you don't.
Right?
Yes. We traded for Amari. We like Amari. We like Amari Cooper. And you're right. The coaches will get the clue. And I think they got the clue as soon as they traded a first-round pick for him that, this is our new shiny toy. We better try to make the family happy and get him the ball and get him off as far as stats are concerned.
Of course, the flip side to that, by pumping him up that way, now it's time to sign him to a new contract, and it's going to be a little more expensive because you have seen Amari Cooper perform better in Dallas than he had for most of his time with the Raiders. So that's going to end up making it more expensive to keep him around. Maybe they should have waited to give the directive to throw the ball to Amari Cooper so much until after they signed him to a new contract. Either way, hey, sometimes decisions are made by influence, not directives, but just kind of the influence. You get the idea of what the boss wants, and if you don't give the boss what the boss wants, he's not going to be your boss for much longer, so you to hit the road.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.